everyone. This is Debbie from Project 39 Mini Albums, and I am so excited to show you this newest mini album. I use the Graphic 45 Merry and Bright collection, and I will take you page by page showing you what I made. I'll tell you all about the tutorial a little later in the video. We'll start with the measurements. This is 8.5 by 7, and I put on a 2 3/4 inch spine. I wanted to make sure that you could add your photos and journaling spots and ephemera or whatever else you save during your Christmas. So I will let you know that there are many layers in this album, and I'll show you a little bit, I'll talk a little bit about how I decorated it. Let's start with the cover. So first of all, you'll see there's this little grouping of some poinsettias I had in my stash. I added a couple of die-cut little twigs, and at the end of the video, by the way, I'll show you some better photos so you can look at these details if you can't see it on your screen right now. So yeah, there's some die-cut little things, and then I did add a little bird nest or a bow, a messy bow of just some gold twine. I did use in this some glitter. It was a paint glitter. I'll remember to show it to you later or list it in the description box. Just to add a little touch of something. I don't usually add glitter, but you know, it was a Christmas album. What can I say? So underneath this cut apart, which is popped up on some chipboard, is a no, what do you call the glitter paper that doesn't flake off? Anyhow, there's that underneath, then black, then some of the yellow plain cardstock, then the pattern paper. It does have a little line here separating the top and bottom, which is a great way of using leftovers from your stash. If you're like me, I mean, I sort of had an idea of what I wanted to do for the front, and then by the time I finished, I decided I wanted to separate two different papers. Then there's some red of the patterns and solids, and then there is this beautiful gold metallic paper. And something that I don't usually do in my album, but I did do for this, is all of the pages will have that gold metallic paper. Again, it's Christmas. You want it to be bright, merry and bright. I'll show you the back and the spine in a little bit, but let me get everything ready and then I'll show you the inside of the book. All right, let me take you inside. So on the inside front cover, we've got a waterfall. It doesn't have many pages, but you've got enough room for 8 photos here. Now you could even add a photo here. There is a strong magnet holding it together, or you could leave that the way it is. So room there for photos. And I didn't add any other paper besides, because there's no reason to. You're going to add your 4x6 photos there. You won't even have to crop it. And then after all said and done, it will open up this way and room there to put a 4x6 photo and a square photo, 4x4, 4.5x4, whatever you have. So there's room there for a photo. These are some of the ephemera that came with the ephemera kit, and it's open, so you can slip your photo in there. But that whole thing closes and held down with a magnet. So we've got some of the detail cut out here. Here is one of the not cut aparts, the ephemera. It's popped up, and you may, no, I don't think you'll be able to see it, but I did use some glitter glue on any of the wording that's like this. If you were to look real close at the ephemera, the words themselves look like they're glitter. Now, it's not really glitter, but that's what the image looks like. So it lended itself to actually adding a little bit of glitter. Now, you could use like embossing powder and emboss it on, but I just used some good quality glitter glue. So there is a piece of the ephemera and a couple of layers here. So we'll open this up and open this up. I didn't add anything here, And you could add a photo to there, but I just left it blank just to keep the decorations because there's enough room once you open it up to get your photos. So here we go, open it up. Here's room to journal, and then here are some spots to put your photos. Now, I did cut these down. I had first made this in my computer and printed it out. It looks like there's glitter on the side. You could just use some ink or some mottled paper if you wanted to, or just plain white paper. So this is room for a 4x6 photo, and again, this is open on the end. Now here I did some of the rub-ons. I did the holly rub-on, and there were some that were just the beige rub-ons. I used both of that. It really added a nice touch. These are a little bit smaller, so you can crop down some photo. I did add some detailing with this little border strip. There are 6 signatures, and each one has a pocket page. In this book, I did use some of the solids that were with the patterns and solids. These, by the way, are big enough to put 4x6 photos. Actually, that's about 5 3/4 by 7 3/8. So that makes it perfect to put your 5x7 photos or 4x6 photos or even a couple of smaller ones on the pages. So that gives you a lot of room in here for photos. So let's take you to the next page. So I use some of the gorgeous cut aparts, which, by the way, if you have leftovers, aren't these going to make some wonderful cards? So these on the back, this one is blank, so you could journal on that. And this one, you could just add some photos to it or just leave it plain. It does work as holding this page down. We've got this pocket with some of the detailing of the border strip. And then, I mean, just look at that. That's just gorgeous paper. It looks like a Christmas tree that you would want to have. That'll open like that. You can see some of the gold foiling accent on the outside. And then there's that. I did not want to cover all of this paper. If you put a photo on here, you can still see some of it. It just was so pretty. Now, I do have a photo mat that is 4x6 that I added glitter around the edge to. If you want, you can just remove this or just add your photo on top. This is open at the side, so it'll sort of tuck in under there, and it's on a green photo mat. That'll close like that. And then there is where we can put our, oops, let's turn it this way, our little cut aparts. This page just opens like this. I made it a little bit smaller to coordinate with this cut apart. It's 5.5 by 4. So if you had a 4x6 photo, you would just cut it down. A lot of times at the top, you just have extra sky or space or whatever. And then these are open, so of course you can add your photo underneath that. Here's another one of the hidden pocket pages. Not really hidden because we've got the tabs showing you where they are. So this page has a couple of tags. These are, I use the Graphic 45 die to make the black outline, and then I used it again but cut down the yellow and this green print, and the same with this. I just traced it and cut it down a little bit so it would fit on there, because you can't use the actual tags. They're a little bit too big for the pocket. So we've got 2 tags there, and then let me take those out, actually. I used some ribbon for my stash. I used some gold, some green, and I had some of this sort of fun fur. And then here is a side-loading pocket, perfect to put a couple more pictures, and it will slip in right there. The tags will go back in here. And I liked how the ribbon sort of peeks out from the book, sort of gives you a hint of things to come. This is made using one of the cut aparts. I backed it on some of the yellow and then green and then black, and then I had this paper with the stars, which I thought was just gorgeous paper. That is on green and that is on black and that is on our metallic gold. So lots of detail there. Now this is held down with 2 magnets. It's got a nice, good, solid closure. I do have a link in the description box where you can get those magnets. Um, they don't have the adhesive, but they're less expensive on the whole. And then that's why I could use 4 magnets here. I didn't use a ton of magnets in the book, but it probably would be more than 1 pack of basic gray magnets. So this is one of the border strips. Of course, you can see some of the gold metallic accent there. This will open like that. And then we've got this, which is 4 by 6. Or is it larger? The photo mat itself is 4.5 by 6.5. This is 4 by 6. So you could either cut it down or just put it right on top of the white. You have room here to journal or tuck in some small photos. This, of course, is open here, and that is open. Well, that's open at the bottom. I did use some detailing of some of the strips. That's actually this paper. I just cut it down into 3/16 of an inch just to add some detailing there. And here is our hidden pocket page. I love this yellow ochre. All right, so now we have 2 matching pages. I wanted to make sure I had a spot for this vintage looking paper. I did add a little bit of antique linen to this part of it, the candy cane stripe, because it was a bright white and this was a little toned down, so I wanted it to coordinate. So we've got the red paper, and then we've got the candy striped, which is put on a border of the red plain paper. It, of course, is on the gold metallic paper. I did add a little bit of ribbon so you knew it was a flap to the bottom. So they will both open up. You could put a photo, a big photo, on that top flap. And both of these pockets have a couple of photo mats, but they are big enough you can add a lot more things to the pockets. More journaling, more photos, napkins, ephemera, programs from your Christmas parade, maybe something that came from church, whatever you want. And there's the hidden photo mat. So now we have this page, which has a cut apart, again, 2 magnets, the border strips on the gold metallic paper. And then there is that page. So I've got cut aparts, not cut aparts, ephemera here, which is open. So you could put your photo tucked into there, or you could use this to journal. This will close. Now, is this starting to look familiar to you? It should, because this page was the same as this page. And this one that I'm going to show you is the same as this. These two are the same. So if you see the pattern, everything from here is mirror imaged here. It does 2 things. Number one, it makes the book simple, easy for people to figure out, but it's even easier to make, because once you've made this, you're like, oh, I'm going to do it again here. I got it. I know what the measurements are, even though the measurements will be in the tutorial, which I still have to tell you about, which I will, I promise. All right, so this page again has the 2 graphic 45 tags. Now, if you don't have the graphic 45 tag die, you can just use a regular tag shape here. I just thought it lended itself to something with a little more design. So again, a couple of layers. We've got this, which probably came from the 8x8 pad, on red, on black, on the holly paper, on black, on the metallic. It sounds like it's a lot, but you know, it goes so fast. It really is easy to do once you get going. It's just a lot of paper to cut. And then here is our hidden photo mat, which is why I purchased, and I'll put links in the description box on where you can get it, the 12 by 12, the 8 by 8, 2 patterns and solids, the chipboard tags and frames, and the ephemera. Now, the reason I bought 2 patterns and solids is because I wanted to make sure I had enough to cover this. Turns out I probably could have stretched it without it, but I liked having it. So that is what I used for this. Okay, so here we've got, again, another flap that opens up. This is a little bigger. This is 6¼ by 4¼ so you can put your 4x6 photos with no problems. You can just lift this up and put it out. This one I actually didn't glue in because I thought you might want to put that on the photo. And here I just glued that around on 3 sides and left it sort of as a tuck spot here. So again, this page is the same as this page. So it's got a flap at the bottom. I've done a bunch of different things with the detailing here. So this is a Merry Christmas border strip. I've got that had it in my head. It's gone now. The glitter, no shed glitter. That's it. No shed glitter strips here. The black and white little stripe. It's got dots on it and just a little bit of the gold underneath it. And then this will open like that. Again, loved that paper. And that opens like that. Great room to put a smaller photo here. Oh, I forgot something. Okay, and room there for your 4x6 photo. You know what I forgot? I forgot that this page opens up as well to give you room to put 4x6 photos. This is open, so you can put it here. Isn't the ephemera gorgeous? I think it really added a lot to the design. Let me show you that over here. I forgot to. It just opens up like that. So we've got those bonus pages. Yay! So here is the hidden pocket that goes with that. There are, by the way, 6 signatures in this book. And here is the back of page 6, same as the front of page 1. So this will open like that. This is open, so you can add some journaling there or just write. You could use a white gel pen to write on here. You could put a photo here. This is open. And that'll open like that. And that'll open like that. I use this. You can journal on here a little bit more. You could put a photo here, even though it's sort of cut here, or you could just add a photo to the bottom and then maybe journal at the top. But a 4x6 photo would fit on there perfectly, as would on here. And these stamps are open, so you could add your picture. That'll go like that, and that'll close. And then here we've got, if you watch me, you know I love to do this at the back of my album, a pocket with a flap. My feeling is this is where you put everything else that you didn't put anywhere else in the book. You could put your Christmas cards. You could put your church programs. You could put pictures of Christmas past. You could have a little folio in the back here. It is a big pocket. You could put a photo here if you wanted to. But there is room for lots of things inside these pockets at the backs of the books. That's why I do that. There's a photo mat, and there is some of the cut aparts. Here's just a little detailing from one of the border strips, and that will close like that. And I did put just a little bead on here because I wanted just a little bit of bling. The back is this paper, and then I did have some of the no shed glitter paper underneath this chipboard tag, and I did put a couple of red brads at the side. They don't really hold anything. They're there mostly for decoration. You could put a little sliver of ribbon if you wanted to. A little border strip going across, and then there's our red and white paper. There is our spine with a chipboard, little brad, no shed glitter cut underneath. You could add a dangle here if you wanted to. And again, all throughout the book is our gold metallic paper. I think it looked gorgeous. So I hope that you liked this. Let's talk about the tutorial. So the tutorial is all done. It's already on my channel. I use the same tutorial that I use for my autumn greetings mini album. So that's just a couple of weeks back. I will link it in the description box. You may see it shown up top. Just click on it. When I'm done talking, it'll take you to it, or put it in your save for later list, and then you can watch it once you've gotten all of your supplies. Don't forget to please go like this video, subscribe if you're not a subscriber to me. It really shows your appreciation for doing these tutorials for you, and it just lets me know what you like. So thank you so much for watching, and have a fabulous day.